going to be facing up against Sky on his OD. So we'll see how close this match ends up being. The creep block was substantially better for Sing Sing. And at the off lane, we've got Athlete trying to zone out 33. But 33 is putting a lot of the napalm stacks on the Shadow Demon. And he's right now very able to do well in this lane. He's up against 2 melees and 1 ranged. So napalm should be pretty good against this. As long as he doesn't get stunned out by the disruption combo, he should be fine. Taking a little bit of harass here. Probably going to be looking to get a magic stick pretty soon. Especially with all that shadow poison that's going to be being used by the Shadow Demon. Sonorial, he's got the Iron Talon on his Faceless Void. There used to be a time where we'd see offlaners just go for an Iron Talon all the time. It's not so much anymore, but I guess with the Kaipi team being, I guess, as experienced as they are, as good mechanically, you don't really want to put a Faceless Void at level 1 into the offlane. So he will have a little bit of trouble going for these creeps. I would have thought that if he's going to just be strictly creep farming for now, he would just go for a level into time lock, but he's just gonna do his own thing. Rider with 4 napalm stacks on the Shadow Demon. He doesn't have a disruption right now. That might be your first blood. He's putting the Firefly damage on, and the Shadow Demon just... I don't really know what he thought he was going to do there. He had 5 napalm stacks on him, and I guess it just kind of built up, and he didn't really notice. Yeah, sometimes it can be hard. You've only got numbers above your head or something. Well, in any case, he is back on the bottom lane. Ready to do some damage to the creeps. Really needs to get to level 2. Like, if he had a disruption there, he wouldn't have died. Or it would have been much more difficult for him to die there, because his team would have been able to help. But, man, it was definitely a big mistake by the Shadow Demon to be there. Or be that far up, without a magic stick or anything. It's one of those essential items up against the Cat Rider. Oh, there's going to be a torrent onto the OD, and he doesn't have the Astral Imprison anymore, so he doesn't have a way to get out of this. Sky is going to get chased down, uses a Fairy Fire. Fluff and Stuff has another torrent in 7 seconds. Bamboo trying to get in there. He needs to get that damage on them. Sky trying to back away. Kunkka basically hits like a wet noodle, and he's going to get a couple supports here to help. Fluff and Stuff, he puts on the torrent, but it's going to hit only onto his own illusion, which really doesn't help him at all. OG with the Fairy Fire usage, able to escape the gank at mid. Also with the healing salve. It's pretty good.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Faceless Void having a bit of a difficult time over at top. He's also not bought his brown boots from the side shop. Has them on the courier, is going to TP back and pick them up from the stash, but man, it just seems like right now JBGG, they're not really being as efficient as they could with their time. OG's back on the mid lane, getting Abaddon to chase down the TA, who's just happy to turn around and do some damage to him, actually doing a ton of damage to the Abaddon. TA gets put into the Astral Prison for her troubles. Uses the refraction immediately to get some damage on these creeps. One of the bad things about a refraction is you don't get to choose when you use those attack charges. Like, when you have orbs like the OG, you can choose when you use those spells, but you don't really have a choice if you're TA with a refraction. Kind of interesting things there. So I guess you have to be very careful with like when you're attacking creeps. Oh, nice side blade hit there to get the catapult. At bottom, we have Stomp missing on the Fluff and Stuff. He's going over to the left side, so they do have some movement fees for this. There's going to be the double edge. Abaddon put up into the sky with the torrent. Fluff and Stuff trying to back away right now. He's going to put the X on to go down, who uses another double edge. And Shadow Demon pops those poison stacks to get the kill on the Fluff and Stuff. This guy is using those Astral Imprisons quite a bit on the Sing Sing. I don't think Sing Sing cares too much. I think they're ready also to get some aggression onto Faceless Void at top. Still has that Time Walk available if he gets jumped on. So I think it's just harass damage at this point. But if he uses the Time Walk in a bad situation, I think Kaipi are going to be very happy to just go right for him. The stun does end up hitting onto the Void. He's going to get hexed as well. Bone 7 going to force out the Time Walk, and well, he's going to just leap away from the tower. He's a bit too far in there. But they still manage to get out. Again, just harassing the Faceless Void, who will eat a tree. Trying to get that health back. Right now, Bone 7 leading the CS chart. TA is not too far behind. Centaur is also doing well there. Sitting on his Ring of Regen. Fluff and Stuff just taking some farm here in the off lane. Batrider's AFK in base for now. He's going to TP over. He's just jungling. He's not got too many stacks. Yeah, there's really no stacks in the jungle. There's one. There you go. Got a little bit of gold in the medium camp. Sing Sing's probably getting sick of all these Astral Imprisons, though. It can get quite annoying if you're trying to last hit in lane. It used to take intelligence from you. That would have been even worse. Then they changed up OD. Then made him broke him again. And then they nerfed him some, and he's still being picked. That's not a bad thing necessarily. I think OD is still pretty cool. So in terms of what's going to set up for the rest of this game, I think it's really when the Slark gets enough farm to start to make some ganks around the map. You get up the Shadow Blade or the Echo Saber, or both, and you can really start to put some pressure around the map. And I think that's when we're going to start to see Kaipi turn up the dial on the aggression. You also see Sing Sing getting some items. He's got his power treads coming right now. And he's getting some help from Fluff and Stuff to get some bottle charges, get back to the lane. He's also got Fluff and Stuff's boots. It's a nice little X there to do that. Another Astral Imprison. He's probably really sick of it at this point. Another deny from the OD. It's just such hell to lane against an OD sometimes. Top tower taking some damage from the Slark and the Lion. They're going to move forward. They get the lasso onto the Faceless Void, and he's not going to be able to get off the damage from that with the Time Walk. He's just going to go straight down. Bone 7 uses the salve on himself, getting that health back, and that should be the first tower of the game going the way of Kaipi.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structure. Radiant's top tower.
Dire were thinking about making a play over at bottom. Centaur's doing some work. Might actually want to take some tower aggro. The Torrent misses, and Go Down thinks about going for him. Actually manages to kill the tower with his return. So they get a tower trained of their own. It's just so hard to take down an OD sometimes. He's also got the double damage rune bottled, so it's going to be really difficult to take him down without taking any collateral damage. Why would a Centaur put a horn on his butt? Do you see that? Like, doesn't that get awkward? Wouldn't it fall off? I don't know. Nice little stacks of the Ancients here, but unfortunately, I think they're being blocked up by this Radiant Observer. Possibly. In any case, there were some weird things going on with the creeps there. That made it so that it wasn't stacked. OD is still just farming on the mid lane. Sing Sing's here. Gets the Astral Imprisoned again. His power charts are being delivered along with the Windlace and the Blightstone. So he's getting a lot of items from the Courier now. And just gets them all. So more move speed, some Blightstone, minus armor action. He's really doing well in the CS. 52 and 31. Lots of denies on the OD. It's actually doubling him up right now. And Slark is at the top of the CS. We look at the net worth. Slark's at the top of that, followed closely by the Centaur Warrunner, who's at a Vanguard and Brown Boots right now. Also got the Cloak working. Doesn't want to take so much magic damage in the early part of the games. Sing Sing goes over to the Ancients. Going to be farming those right now. Also pops the Illusion Rune to help him tank this up. They know that Sing Sing is doing this with this Radiant Observer, but the question is exactly what can they do about it. They've got the Courier coming in with the smoke. They're going to use it there. Sky's going to walk up. He's got the double damage rune still going. And can they take down the TA and the rest of the team? Okay, there's going to be the Chrono Spear. They've got to be able to hit him, but Sky is a little bit far away. 33. All right, Sing Sing able to get the refraction up. Goes right on to San Oriole. Fluffing stuff, puts on the boat. It misses on everything, but look at that. 3-man Earthquake. He gets so much damage on the Sky. They're taking him down a lot. They've got the lasso still. Sky has to be taken down. He manages to get the heal. And, well, he's taken basically no damage from the Batrider. They've almost taken down Athlete, but I think Kaipi might have been a bit too far in here right now. Sing Sing, he really just wants to get a kill. All those refraction shards have been taken off. He's going to go into his invisibility. Sexy Banbo, please do not stand near him. You might kill Sing Sing. Batrider takes care of the Abaddon, and now the mana is being taken away from Go Down. Over on the high ground, this is just a really split up fight from both teams. Slark is here. Go Down thinking about turning around for the double edge, but Sing Sing has the refraction charges up, so it won't really do anything. Go Down nearly taken out. 33, he's going to put the stick napalm out. There is going to be the flame break doing a little bit of damage, and he blinks forward. He might have been taking too much damage there. There's a soul catcher on him. Go Down thinking about going in. Eats the mango. Sexy Bambo coming in from the backside. Gets put into the Astral Prison. This might be just the kill that they're looking for. Hits a stomp. They get finally a kill after that fight. Took very long for JBGG to do anything there. They only take down the line for all their troubles. It is fine. But, you know, with the positioning that they had as well as the vision, one would think that JB probably should have done a little bit more with that, and they possibly could. Now, they won't be taking a Roshan, so I would imagine that TA should be the one to take that down pretty soon. And TA goes over to finish off these Ancients. So, Sing Sing never died there. Working too well with the refraction charges there. That is really why the TA never went down. Just wasn't able to get her down fast enough. We'll finish off the Ancient stack. Enough money now for the first of the Mithril Hammers if Sing Sing decides to go for that. And Sky is still working towards his first real item. He has enough money for his power treads. We'll probably want to get those pretty soon. Looking at the Slark, he's at the Echo Saber right now, and he's moving around the map pretty fast with his level 2 ultimate. We'll have to be careful of him. Sexy Bambo just doing some solo farming here. He's pretty cognizant of where he can and can't be on the map. Looking pretty good right now. Just a reminder that today's matchups only go up to the round of 32 for the EU region, and we will have the Americas after this. I'm planning on still casting those. My good friends, the Meme Regime, I don't think that they're planning on playing as much for this one just because the times really don't work out as much during the work week and all. But that will be happening in... Let's see, that's supposed to start at 4 p.m. I believe, so in about 3 hours. Over on the mid lane, might have someone getting caught up. Blink forward onto the OT. Bone 7 just drops in. It's being disrupted here. Supposed to be dropped down, and they miss it onto everything. They've got the Centaur ultimate doing some work here. Looking for the Chrono Spear. 33 is taking a lot of damage, and they're still trying to figure out who exactly they can take down. They took a lot of damage from that, but no one ends up dying. Centaur's just a bit tanky for them to initiate on right now. So they back up. Slark is still farming. With the boats missing, it's It's a little bit difficult for Kaipi to be initiating into these, especially as tanky as JBR.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Bambo's
attack.
ready. He's got a finger. Gonna take some mana away from Go Down. Yeah, he seemed very talkative.
Radiant's
Level 4
bottom
into
tower
return means
is
that he's
under
actually
attack.
doing quite a bit of damage. Gets all the mana stolen away by Sexy Bambo, and they might try to go in on this. The A5 shield is going to be done, but they're not in range for the X. It's a pretty short range right now. Maybe thinking about the bottom lane, the catapult doing some work to the tower. And Faceless Void trying to go for the deny, but here comes the Bat Rider. He just blinks in, gets the tower kill. Sonora was thinking about, alright, he just drops down the Chrono. Onsem is coming around the side though. See if he decides to go for a kill. He decides against it. And they just dropped a Chrono to keep a Faceless Void alive.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And with that, Kaipi go into the Roche Pit. They take the tower, and now they will just go right for the big guy. Taking down his armor. They've got a lot of damage from Bone 7, as well as Sing Sing. Tempo Assassin could probably even just solo this Roshan, but now he's going to get some friends for it. Decreasing the armor. JB know that Kaipi are in here. But there's really nothing they can do about it, especially with the Chronosphere being down. Bone 7 takes a lot of damage from this. Sing Sing gets the Aegis. They pop the smoke immediately. See if they can pick anyone off who was being a little bit close. Bat Rider goes to the high ground, slowing down Athlete. They've got the trap there as well, and he's not going to be able to get the disruption off. There's going to be a torrent there, putting up into the air. Maybe, oh no! The Meld Strike just way too much for the Shadow Demon to be able to deal with. They take the kill at mid, and now they're very happy to just go for a tier 1.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Did the last tier 1 tower, so no more extra fortifies after this one.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
And here we go for a tier
Dire's
2.
top tower is under
Tempo
attack.
Assassin doing a lot of damage to the
Radiant's
tower.
middle
There will be a
tower
tier
is
1
under
trade
attack.
top, but one of these towers are not like the other. And KP probably going to be taking the better trade out of it as long as they can take the tower down fast enough. Top's going down a little bit faster with the help of the Centaur return, and Sing Sing's really the only one hitting the tier 2. So maybe JB think they can fight with this into the Tempo Assassin Aegis. Maybe they just try to go for a tier 2 tower. They're going to keep those 3 pushing at top, but they'll probably just TP back now. There's a TP in by the Bat Rider. He's going to try to just push his lane out. He is X'd, doesn't even get the double edge off. So with these heroes taking some damage, I think it might be time for Kaipi to go high ground.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Sing Sing's still going. Well, they've backed up. So they're going to keep the Aegis for a little bit longer. Tier 2 still stands at bottom. The creep wave is pushed in pretty far, so they say, you know what, we'll just take some more towers off the map. Go for the safe play. Bat Rider has the... Oh no, that's the Blink Dagger for Lion. Alright, so Sexy Bambo has his Blink. It's a couple of Blink Daggers for the Dire side. Even a Blink Dagger on the Spark. They have the Blink Initiation here. All of them are getting scoured out by the Radiant Vision there. They know that they are there. And little Death Prophet Courier, the Crawling, just hanging out. Guess we'll wait for the Faceless Void. You know, there haven't been so many kills in this match. It's been a really safe match for both teams, but Kaipi, they're just like, well, you know what? If you don't want to fight us, we'll take your towers, and we don't think you're going to be able to do anything about that. They're taking the towers down fairly quickly with the Tempo Assassin Desolator picked up fairly early, and Spark is very scary for them. I mean, he's got 1,500 health right now with the Echo Saber and the Power Treads. It's going to be a very difficult Spark to kill. They do have some burst damage. They're going to need a good chrono for it. But the question is if that's going to be enough. And what personnel they're able to get inside that. I think Kaipi have been very good at focusing down the OD in a lot of these fights. Even with all the saves that JB have, they make it so that the OD has to be very careful with his positioning. Because one, he has to be near his supports. And two, even then, it's still going to be difficult positioning-wise. Just waiting for this guy to get back. We may as well get the XP in gold. 10,000 for XP in favor of Kaipi in gold. It's a little bit more than that. So just kind of sitting around waiting for the guy to reconnect. You've got a lot of blink daggers from Kaipi, and their initiation is pretty much at its finest right now. Might get a little bit higher when you get some of those control items, but for now it should be more than enough to take care of the JB squad. And well, I think that JB are gonna have to be very careful when they go for these fights. I'm not even sure if they can hold that tier 2 tower. And with the Aegis, I would imagine that Kaipi would want to push that in. This is the point in the day where you kind of just sit back and relax for a little bit. The OD is getting a town portal scroll. Amazing. One would probably think that going Midas in this game might not have been the best idea. Doesn't look too happy about it either. He's like, why? Why did I go this item? You know, it'd be cool if the Midas actually made your hand gold. Like you put it on your hand and you got like a glove. It has gloves of haste in it. Like, why don't you put it on your hand? Like, what if Dota heroes actually wore cosmetics? Well, I mean, what if they actually wore the items that you bought in game? That would make a lot of sense, right? Like, I don't know how you would work a Desolator into Templar Assassin, but Lion could hold a wand. He could do that. He can put it in his other hand, I guess. Lion always looks so angry. Ooh. Batrider looks like he's having a good time. Oh no, it's not doing it. Okay, well, I guess we don't have enough time for that, so let's just get back into the push happening on the bottom lane. Got some creeps coming in here for Kaipi. Lion's going to TP back over to top to try to push some creeps out. He is X'd. He needs some nice mana from it.
Is under attack.
So back to the bottom lane, Sing Sing continuing to push with his Desolator. We'll see if JB are able to initiate on this, but they're very far away, and I think they're just going to sack this tier 2. Just letting Sing Sing take it. He's still got the Aegis. More pauses. Well, this is fun. I think even with the Faceless Void actually being in the game, like they're going to give up this tier 2. Saving up some gold here. Might be going for a Blink Dagger. Would definitely help with the initiation. Wouldn't have to walk so much to get into the fight. I don't even know how Faceless Void can have a Blink Dagger because it's not like he has eyes or anything. Maybe he does have eyes. They're just not shown because he doesn't have a face. I probably shouldn't assume. I assumed his face orientation. I'm very sorry. Sing Sing has the X on him. Thinking about going forward. Astro in prison. He still gets taken back with the X. Alright, Astro in prison goes out on the TA, possibly going to initiate on this. Centaur doesn't have a blink, but Sing Sing does. So with the refraction being up, he just blinks back. And they've got another creep wave for this. Cooldown is there to stop this from going in. Astro in prison is going to be there. Sing Sing has another blink back if he needs it, but he's just going to sit there and take the tower some. Oh, is this the time? Alright, Sing Sing gets stunned. He's still got the Aegis though. Takes one hit with the hammer over the head. And he immediately jumps out. Does not want to be there at all. Still pushing in, though. This siege will continue. Trying to stop it as much as they can. There's going to be the Astro in prison. Maybe Go Down can get the stun off this time. He just hits it there. Very practiced with that stun, but Refraction's still up, and Sing Sing going to have to back up a little bit. Maybe he wants to die sometime so that he loses the Aegis. It still has some 2, 3, 4. He's about 30 seconds left. So the X will go on to Sing Sing, blinks forward, goes for the tower. There's going to be the Astral in prison. And they'll still get taken immediately back with the X. And just a very boring push here. Nothing too interesting happening, but we're really waiting for when the action starts to ramp up. Aegis gets popped, and Sing Sing will get that regeneration stop. And I think with the Aegis being gone, they just back up, maybe take the tier 2 top, get some more farm on themselves. Maybe they don't. Maybe they'll take a kill here. Faceless Blade actually going for the Diffusal Blade. I guess that's good for taking Napalm stacks off of yourself. Still Sing Sing with the Blink Dagger. 1,500 gold, waiting for the next big item from him. Well, with so few kills, this game can get a little bit dry. But, you know, it's still a lot of fun to cast some Dota, see some good players playing. Sing Sing looking for some kills here. His vision isn't the greatest. He does see the OD over top. Figures there must be some heroes over there. He's going to catch out the Faceless Void, doing some nice damage. He'll just time walk it off. There's no other control from the TA. OD takes care of that TA trap, and they have to get away. There's going to be the disruption on the Sexy Bamboo. Is coming around from this side. It takes care of those illusions of himself. 33 puts into the Astral Prison, so his blink is going to be up now. He's just 4 stabs away. Probably wants some creeps to help him push over at top. So Sing Sing will take care of that, pulls him over. And the courier is here. Looks like JB, they're just kind of disorganized right now. I think they have to sack the tier 2. They were defending it for a little bit, but now Sing Sing is here with the creeps, and Sark is pushing in mid. They are really stretched between two sides of the map right now. Once they get into the base, things might be a little bit easier. Things might also be easier if you had a Centaur Blink initiation, but I guess he's felt that he really just needed the tankiness, needed the Crimson Guard, and Hood of Defiance to help him out. 33 thinking about the lasso. OD doesn't have a Lincolns or anything. And Batrider goes and gets a lasso onto the Faceless Void, pulls him outside the base, but there is a nice Astro in prison to keep him there for a little bit longer. Flame Break is going to push him out. He's actually stunned, fingered, he's dead. They take care of the Faceless Void. He's going to have to use his buyback if he wants to get back into this. Oh, Stark is taking care of the Shadow Demon as well, puts himself into the disruption, and Bone 7 going for the hits, is able to get them down. Go Down will now use his ultimate. Finally, Sky is in the fight, looking for the big hits on the Sing Sing. They actually do take him down. Now it's Bone 7, need to put the damage out, but it's an OD against everything. They lose Sing Sing, and they'll also lose the Batrider there. 33 going down. Now they're trying to chase down Bone 7. They don't really have the mobility that they need on JB to get him down. So a big fight to defend the base from JB. Very little damage onto the tower. And, I mean, they took down the Faceless Void in that fight, but in the end, that really wasn't enough to win it. Does stop the Chronosphere from being there. A very close match in the round of 128 here. That was a little bit of a long initiation from Kaipi, just focusing all of their energy on the one hero, when the OD definitely required a little bit of attention there. So OD after that fight, he's sitting on his Hurricane Pike, and we should be seeing some more items from him eventually. Centaur's up to, well, he has enough money for a Blink Dagger if he wants it. Might also get the Pipe of Insight to finish off that Hood of Defiance. And Void, well, he will have his Diffusal Blade soon, so he's going to be doing a bit more damage. However, the Roshan is up for Kaipi to be able to take, so they go into the pit, and they should be taking down the big guy pretty soon. Doing a lot of damage with the Sing Sing. A Templar Assassin also has a Mithril Hammer, probably going for a BKB then. And we'll see what Bone 7's item is. He's up to nearly 4,200 gold right now, and he's farming pretty well on his Slark. Take a look at the XP and gold charts. We're close to 10,000 for Kaipi on XP, and a little bit more, around 12,000 for net worth. See what Centaur ends up picking up. Might even be a heart at some point, just because he wants to get even tankier as a Centaur. He's very difficult to take down at this point, and well, KP, they might be putting their hat into the ring to try that out, because they are smoked up looking for possibly the Centaur, but he's super tanky. Not sure if he's necessarily the one that they want to go on, but he's the only one that they're going to be. Well, they do see a little bit more inside the base.
My gratitude.
And well, JB, they do know that Kaipi are here. Making another try into the base. Sing Sing with his Aegis. He's ready to go to the high ground again, trying to take down the Tier 3 tower. He's put into the Astral Prison. And, well, he's going to be kept there because the X does expire. Unfortunately, Sing Sing just able to walk out. Not really so much that JB can do there. Just take a little bit of intelligence away from TA and go in with another creep wave. You have to be very careful with these X marks now that the OD has figured out the timing. Right. Faking out the stomp probably wasn't going to hit it anyway, especially with the X being there. Meanwhile, Slark is on the mid lane, doing some damage there as well. Picks up one ultimate arbor. We're going to have a Chronosphere hit onto the Sing Sing Templar Assassin. That's going to be the Aegis going down. If they even get him down, he's just sitting there. They do manage to kill him. Time walk away from Scenario, managing to stay alive a little bit longer. The hammer gets dropped down on the Bone 7, losing a little bit of mana there. Double torrent from Fluff and Stuff. Sky gets jumped on by the Slark. They want to try to take him down, but that is going to be Astral Prison, and the borrowed time keeps Enjoy alive for a little bit longer. Mana stolen away. Disarm. Oh well, 33 wasn't able to attack a little bit there. Go down. Oh, he blinks away. We'll be able to get a heal off as well. Centaur in the middle of 3 heroes. They're taking a lot of damage from this, but that is going to be the full 5-man team wipe as KP force out the GG from JB. It's going to be a 28.5-minute game as KB just have absolute dominance in that last team fight. Alright, so that is going to be the game for Kaipi as they move into the round of 64 in the Boston Major Open EU Qualifier. Thanks for watching, guys. Just Kaipi riding it out on top of some good mechanics, some good pushes to get the victory. Thank you all for watching. If you are interested in seeing more casting from me, Pythian Legume, follow me on twitch.tv/Pythian Legume as well as on Twitter. Wow, that's a lot of twits. Twitter at Pythian Legume. And if you are interested in some of the other matches going on in the Boston Open Qualifier, make sure you check out Oracle Zone on twitch.tv. We've got a list of matches and teams happening there. So make sure you take a look at that and stay up to date on your Boston Qualifier needs. Thanks for watching, guys. And it's looking like a beautiful day outside. Maybe you want to go outside for a change. Might probably give you some of that vitamin D that you probably need. Stay classy, guys.